Hey drone technology fans, Bill here. DJI Spark 2 update coming right up. Hey drone technology fans, Bill here. Got a DJI Spark 2 update, but before I get to that, OsitaLV put out some more information about how he does the renderings. And let me read you this. I'm going to put this up on the screen. Maybe I need an iPad Pro 10.5 inch, an Apple Pencil for my drawing because they have lower lag, higher refreshing rate, make it feel more like drawing on real paper with real pencil. My Surface Pro and Surface Pen is more compatible with writing words instead of drawing. Okay, that kind of gives you a clue as to how these renderings are coming out. You know, he obviously takes this pretty seriously if he's thinking about considering getting switching from a Surface to an iPad. So that's kind of some good information to know. Now more about the Spark 2. There are a total of 4 renderings that are out, and I'm going to read you. I'm going to put them each up on the screen, and I'll read you what I can from in there. Now a lot of this is in Chinese, but some of this is in English, so obviously I'll read you what's in English here. Spark 2, brand new 2nd generation of Spark, small, compact, but powerful. With upgraded hardware, you will love it when you see it. Now I'm reading the gimbal camera system upgraded, capable of 4K shooting. Newly designed body can protect camera from collision. That's very interesting. Some of the specs here: 4K, 30 FPS, 1080, 60 FPS, 12 megapixel, 1/2.3 inch CMOS, and HDR on that. So, and there's also some symbols in Chinese down here, but I can't read those. So obviously, I don't know what those are. And I'm going to throw out the second one rendering here, Spark 2, and it has rear IR obstacle avoidance, protect Spark 2 from behind. So that's interesting to know. It's going to have rear obstacle avoidance on there, and you can see it from the pictures. Now the last one here, Spark 2, it's a picture of the controller. Wi-Fi 4 kilometers, enhanced Wi-Fi transmission, range up to 4 kilometers. That's awesome. Removable thumb sticks for storage, taking that cue from the Mavic Air. Remote controller is optional accessory. Again, that's a lot like it was with the original Spark, Spark 1 if you want to call it that. So that's what we have, the information that we have on the Spark here, and that's exciting news. And he did talk about the price point, and I'll put a link up there so you can check that out in the previous video I did on the Spark. So the price point sounds very interesting on this. So getting that camera upgraded to 4K is great. More protection for that camera is fantastic. Rear obstacle avoidance is fantastic. I think that's just something that's very, very interesting. Now, as far as obstacle avoidance is concerned, OsitaLV did put out a tweet, and I'm going to put this up on the screen here, and I'll read this. Obstacle avoidance on a drone is only for beginners and amateurs, not for professionals, unless its resolution, sensitivity, and precision is high enough to make drones can fly freely in a very narrow place without worrying about crash. Let me read you one of the responses here, and this is pretty much in line with what I was thinking. And I'll put this up on the screen. While that absolutely is true, what percentage of drone users, certainly with Spark, Mavic, Mavic Airs, do you feel are pros, and what percentage are amateurs, hobbyists? Besides that, if the sensors can be turned off, it's a win-win, isn't it? Best for both pros and amateur novices. I agree with him. DJI doesn't go out and spend all this money in research to put on obstacle avoidance if there isn't a purpose behind it. And OsitaLV is more or less saying basically it's kind of like a training wheel when you're a beginner with the drones, and then when you're more advanced you can shut it off. True, you can always shut off obstacle avoidance. That's something that you can always turn off. But the problem with that is, you are at much higher risk of suffering a crash, and especially if you're filming in tight quarters. Now, if you did see that video, the most recent video that he had, and I'll put a link to Twitter on that, he's kind of flying over a brook with some trees. So, it's pretty tight space, and he's flying an Inspire too. So, that's some pretty good, he's a good drone pilot. But, you know, a lot of times there are some things that you can't see right there that obstacle avoidance will come in very handy. And especially if you're having a drone the price of an Inspire 2, going through that, that's something you definitely want to take into consideration. So, question of the day. If you have a Spark right now, will you buy a Spark 2 with the information that you've found out already? Please let me know in the comments. First of all, I want to thank everybody so much for all your insightful comments. You guys have been fantastic. Please keep that up. Also, thank you all so much, as I've just recently passed 1,000 subscribers. You guys drive me to do this. I absolutely love this. It's a passion of mine. You know, ever since I got my first drone, it's been fantastic for me. And again, thank you all so much. Please, if you hit the like button after watching this video, subscribe if you're not a part of Bill the Drone Reviewer. Also, please check out my Facebook page where I do post daily updates on anything drone and drone related. And of course, anything DJI will go out there as well. And also my blog where you get all that. Plus, I also post my videos out there as well. Thank you so much for watching, and happy flying.